Hello, guys. Claude and Jessica live in the Philippines. Today, I just wanted to talk about barangays and how they got started and things like that. Barangay is the smallest unit of the government over in the Philippines, and the captains are elected by the people who live there, and they have their votes. And normally, for the barangay my wife is from, it's normally people who are elected normally have some kind of money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have, some funds to be elected. Like, for instance, my wife's, hold on. So I was gonna say, my mother-in-law, she works for the barangay, and she'd probably be really good at it, but, you gotta have money, just like some of the elected officials here in the United States. They raise millions and millions of dollars to go to get into office. Why? For signs on the side of the road, or are they paying off people here in the U.S.? I don't know, but I just wanted to talk about barangays and how some of them get named, and just as part of this is just stories my wife heard from her grandparents and things like that, and whether they're true or not. But old folks can stretch the tail. Just like I went and caught a fish. He was 12 feet long, but he actually was about 3 inches. You know how that tail goes. But it's called Lamintao. Is the barangay our house is in, where my wife grew up, and that was 2 people. It was fascinating when I heard the story that Lamint was the woman,
Yeah.
and Tao was the man. Lamintao, and my wife's.
Every barangay have different stories.
Yeah, every barangay has a different story. But well, for instance, just like in that barangay, when it rains, you hear thousands of frogs, like seriously loud, crazy loud. And according to
To my grandma, my nanay, I don't really know if that story is true, but grandma said, because my grandpa lives in Iloilo, so he bring with him the frog to Lumintao. That's why we have frog in Lumintao. But I don't really know if that's really true or just my grandma made up a story. I don't know.
yeah, and I have some sound bites of the frogs when it rains a lot. I'll try to throw
There's
that in
seriously
here.
a lot of frog.
Yeah, it's crazy. And in the morning you wake up.
It's just because we live in the province and there's a lot of farm, usually.
And there's a lot,
frogs
almost a
live.
little pond across the street when it rains, so the frogs have a place to go. And in the morning, like if your door doesn't go all the way to the bottom, you go into the kitchen. Be quiet, Elijah. There's frogs in your house. Like, it happens so many times. You get up in the middle of the night to go to the CR, and the frog, my son's being bad. The frogs, I headed to the bathroom, maybe because there's water in there, but we fixed the bottom of our door, so.
Especially when it's rain and people going to the farm.
You
and
open
catch
the
a
door.
frog too. People in the Philippines, we eat frog.
Well, here they eat frogs too. Yeah.
Different kind of frog that you can eat some other. You can eat some other or not. So.
Yeah, and you see the guys or kids on the side of the road selling the frogs with rain the night before.
Remember one time when we traveled to, no, not only one time, but many times, we traveled from Lamintao to Valencia, and there's part of Muswan that they display the frog. Remember that one?
They're all lined up.
Yeah, it's lined up, there's
string.
a lot of frogs.
Maybe 10 or 15 frogs in each line like this, and they sell them there. I mean, even her dad one day, he's walking down the street, I'm like, where you going with those frogs? They're going to feed the workers. But I mean, her grandma, her grandfather, they moved in there for Iloilo, right?
Yeah, from Iloilo.
And,
but I don't really know the.
Just some part of the story is like every barangay is different. Her family, they got their land, from what I understand. If you're first there and you're cleaning that area up and cut the grass on your property, that's how some people get the land. So anyways, like if you clean up the property, that's how you wind up with it. And then there's the matter of, there's some really beautiful houses in Limintow, and those people are rich. And my son, chill out, boy. Some of the people found gold, right, honey? Like years and years ago. There's a story of an older guy there who had nothing from the mountains. Remember you told me that, babe? And found gold.
Well, that's what it says. I don't read.
And
That's what the story is.
yeah, that's what the story is. I mean, you know how it goes way back. But of course, each barangay has different, but they're low on the total poll of the government, like cities and things like that. But they have elected officials. But it's interesting stuff. Yeah, and so the name barangay is derived from barangay. If I'm saying this wrong, please correct me. And that was the name for sailboats. So it was just interesting. One day we were driving back from Quezon, and I asked about how they got the name. But I thought it was pretty cool that it was two people that founded that.
No, the two people, like, it's Luminta. It's just like like a story about Luminta.
Yeah. There's probably a whole lot more to it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other things. There was an area we used to drive by, and it's a whole settlement. A lot of people live there, and I'd ask my wife, "Can we go over there?" She's like, "No, you can't go over there, because I would get killed." Well, I just wanted to talk about barangays for a second, and a little bit I know about where my wife is from and where our house is built. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Please hit the like button. And I do, in the comment section of the community, I put that I don't want to do this anymore because it's been really upsetting. Maybe I'm just done with my hobby, and one day get 4,000 views and the next day get 43. It's kind of annoying when you think you're doing okay. All right, guys. Bye-bye.